Quoting Membes. It says a person who travels during the day and at night, he stays over. During the day, he's not obligated to eat in the sukkah, but at night, he's obligated. So here the Ramot said that's only if they're able to locate a sukkah. But if you can't locate a sukkah, you're not supposed to fast or starve. Avalim ein motzim sukkah. So Ramot says, Yuchel leilech darkam af shelo yeshu ba lo b'yom v'lo layla. So you do it out. Why? Shishtadu v'lo motza sukkah Saragossa. He didn't locate a sukkah in that vicinity. Yuchelechu lolin bosem mokum li sukkah. Bein mechuyev lasu sukkah. Vor mesayim yuchel leilech lidarkom lotzloma afilum hu yodea beveso shederech sholech lo yimtzum shem sukkah. Let's say when he originally leaves his house, he knows in the direction he's going there's no sukkah there, so maybe you shouldn't go. Delay your trip till after Yom Tif, right? You're not obligated, even though you know in advance. You conduct yourself as you normally conduct yourself, because the Torah says the obligations came to duru, the way you normally conduct yourself. So no, this is not going to stop you from going on your trip, right? One second. Right, a person has to go to a certain location. He's not going to have a pair of tefillin. You're not permitted to go there, right? You want to visit a certain country, Saudi Arabia, they don't allow you to bring any religious objects, Jewish objects, right? They don't allow it, so what are you going to do? So you're not permitted to go there, because you're not going to be able, but I have to earn a livelihood, so therefore what? You're not permitted to, mitzvah, you have an obligation. Sukkah is different, because Sukkah, the basis came to duru. You have to conduct yourself as you normally would conduct yourself. So normally, how would you conduct yourself? You go, you business as business. The residence is not crucial. It's not going to stop from going on your trip. Yeah, but you're not going to sleep outside. When you travel for business, it's different. Hochle drochim, you're willing to put up with much, but if you're going on a vacation, unless you're going outpacking, whatever it is, hiking, it's something else. That person's going hiking, okay? He sleeps in the outdoors. So the residence means nothing. He's not going for residence.
No, but if you're going on vacation, the hotel.
So it's a hotel.
But the hotel doesn't have a sukkah because it's done.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
So you do know.
I'm not sure. No.
Because when you're home, you also leave the house to go to the hotel.
No, but that's your new residence. That's a residence, a hotel. When a person travels, even if you have to sleep in your car, you sleep in the car. You're traveling for business. Right? That's called a residence. Maybe you have to go. He tells you you want this job, you have to violate Shabbos. So what do you tell your employer? I'm out of here. No, chas v'sholom. No. There's a question: could you come down from a tree? There, it's a question saying with more kavanah, less kavanah. Right, certain things, but not to. You have an obligation to do a mitzvah. You have to quit the job. Okay. One second. I just want to get a little bit in here over here. He says, "Dein lo lashem dira rotzloma hecha de motzi suka emuchiv lasos michodosh. Vaf gab di yesh lohokel rotzlomer." So the Ramos says, you go to a village, and you're not going to find a sukkah in the village, so you're not obligated to go back and forth, right? Even though you could go back home next day, it'll cost you more time. So the Ramos says, although you should be machmir, but the halach is, although you could be mekil, but if you're machmir, it's tovol of brocha. You're deserving of a brocha. That's what Ramos says. Because you're not going to go back and forth. V'avagav the Ratzlom the Mashomer Holchim Vayom Chayim Balaylo Hainu Hecho de Motzi Sukkah Bosamokom Ashenking Komokom Amachmir. The Chose Beholich Mikfar Lekfar Medina in Tzorch Lahamti Milecho Rak Hamachmir. Avshu Bekfar Echod Shlosha Biyomim Chayov Medina. Last Sukkah. He's saying something interesting. What about you plan to be there for a while? You're traveling. You're going to stay there for a few days in that area, and you're traveling from village to village. Right? He says, then you should make a sukkah. Aval, he says, if it's a question you're staying and it's just a question of going back and going back again, then you're not obligated to go back. But if you're going to stay there and you're going to go from town to town, village to village, then he says, Chai midino maso shem sukkah. What difference does it make?
Well, that's the hotel system. You're going to a place where you're staying for 2 days, and you're making that your residence, so you have to
What difference is it? One night, or it's 3 or 4 nights? What difference does it make? One of Shah. If it's Kain Taduru, so you're obligated. And if it's not, then you're not obligated, whether it's 3 days, 4 days, or 1 day.
No, 1 day is not, you're not really establishing a residence.
So residence is normally 30 days of residence. Right? Here we're you're going for business. You're allowed to. No, so you're permitted to do business. But the question is, what about having a sukkah? You're not going to have a sukkah there. So we're not talking about whether you're permitted to work or not work. You're not obligated. The halacha is you're not obligated to postpone it. Let's say he has to go collect debts. And by after Yom Tov, he may not have the debt to collect. Right? The Mishnah says, Navodah Zorah, a debt, collecting it is not simple. Today you may be able, tomorrow you may not be able to collect the debt. Okay. It's still unclear. It's unclear. I have to see. Moshe has a tshuva. Person goes on a picnic, right? Do you have to make a sukkah? You go to an amusement park. Do you have to make a sukkah? Do you have to have a sukkah? And he speaks about it because seemingly all year you go on a picnic. You don't eat in a structure, right? So seemingly when you go to an amusement park, you sit on the bench. You eat your lunch or on a picnic blanket. No, same thing. He has he may be Makel. Ramosh may be Makel over there. We're explaining. You have to conduct yourself in sukkahs the way you conduct yourself during the year. So during the year, you go on a picnic. You're not in a residence. You're out out in the field or wherever it is in the park. So why should sukkahs be different? So you shouldn't. There's no need for a sukkah. No, you have no obligation. That you would do if you were obligated to the sukkah and you don't have the sukkah available. Here we're saying you're not even obligated. You could eat your food as you would normally eat it. Bread and everything else that goes along with it. Okay. Let's see, Tess. Shomri Year, Bayom.
I think like Six Flags are supposed to host these big gatherings. I think they forgot to make the sukkah.
Let's say they don't.
Because they don't have to.
The question is, we're discussing. We're not discussing what they provide, whether you have an obligation. It's there, of course you should use the sukkah. Yeah.
Can you even go there if you're uncertain that they're going to be there or not?
No, so if you say you don't need one, if they use it, so then you could plan the trip.
The hotel, which is multiple days, is it okay to go to a place?
Not sure a hotel is as good as a residence. You wouldn't go there if you wouldn't have a residence. You would not go to the location. If you know you have to sleep in the street, you're not going there. Right? So good, see, it's a residence. So Torah says when you have residence, the residence has to be Kain Taduru. It has to be a temporary type of residence. There's a permanent residence where you're going to, in terms of the structure.
But that would even mean if you go to the hotel, there's a sukkah, you be there at night. You leave your hotel room and go.
So if you're obligated to eat in the sukkah, you're obligated to sleep in the sukkah. So if at home you don't sleep in the sukkah, you don't sleep in the sukkah there either. You're right. Goes hand in hand. Whatever you do at home, that's what you have to do there. Unless in the hotel may be mitzvah. At home it may not be mitzvah. There it is mitzvah.
No one's going to let you in the hotel that is because no one sleeps in that sukkah. Practically.
You ever see the guy falling asleep in the dining room? Says, "Excuse me, this is for eating, not for sleeping out."
Otherwise, just stay in the kitchen and live for free.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Tess. Shomri ir bayom. A person is a watchman, so he works during the daytime. Pturim bayom, chayav balaylo. He's a day watchman, not a night watchman. Shomri ir balaylo, pturim balaylo, chayav bayom. Of course, what do they have to do? They have to circulate. No, they have to go around the community checking things to make sure. So, Shomri ir, hiding giyosos. This is the security for the city. Right? Shalivu alein. Right? Person's right? He's a soldier in Israel. Right? He's on watch. He has to walk around, make sure things are whatever it is. Person's a policeman. Utrichen leilech sovev v'yel l'shomron ficho en yichon lasos sukkah b'mokom echod. Daf shomri giyosos. That's only shomri giyosos. We watching the city for security for actually infiltrators. Avo b'shomri momon shleivo l'gnevo shedarken lo lishmot tomid. What about if a person he has to check things every once in a while. Every 3 hours he has to check drive by the stores or walk by the stores. And then for 2 hours he's free. That's the nature of the job. Having shomri ginos pardesim v'od l'kamei. Bem's dov is totally l'finyan hashim, where it says really it's based on what your responsibility is of the watchman. Shomri hachanuyo shalonu shdak lishma balaylo turak balaylo vayosh machonus bishuragil kol shon berufam echo bachonus bayom. He says a person who sits in the store eats his meal in the store. Kol mokom besukas chayovim lecho basuka. Afilim dorem chutz liir v'chanusayim betoch ir. Chayov lasalem sukkah k'dei lecho beishi yitztorchu. Im einu michol neilach beisim lecho. He's having consideration. Normally eat lunch in your office. You don't go home to eat lunch. So your office is not your home. So he says if that's the case, maybe you should be able to eat in the office. Or like saying in your store. You normally eat in the store all year. Because the person is not going to leave the store to go home to eat. Close up the store. He says, no, there you have to build a sukkah to eat in the sukkah. But there is a consideration. He's saying maybe you shouldn't. Why? I mean, this is similar to what he said before. See, if normally you go home for lunch, your store is near your home, so people would go home. So of course, there's not a question. It says even if the store is not in the same location where you live, and you wouldn't go home, you still should make a sukkah. Unless he's looking at one's office not as a residence. That's not a residence. A hotel for sure is a residence. Right? In a hotel. No, he says, nevertheless, he says you should. He's saying a store. Right? And the store clearly is not, the person doesn't sleep in the store. He eats his lunch there. Because since he eats his lunch there, although he doesn't go home, he still should make the sukkah. Even is he saying because the store is the residence? He let him say because the store is the residence. He's not saying because the store is the residence. No. Not because no. When you build a sukkah about a house, is because that's your residence for the next 7 days. Really, you should sleep there. Except we have all these other reasons why you don't sleep there. Right? Let's say you want to host somebody socially. It should be in the sukkah. It should not be in the house. Right? During sukkahs, you have guests come over. What do you greet the guests? It's wrong to have it in the house. It should be in the sukkah. Sleep, it's too cold. You can't accommodate your wife. It's one thing. But anything other than that should be in the sukkah. You're in your office. Well, what do you do in your office? Only business. You know? You host your friends. You say, you come to where I cut cows. That's where you come. You don't bring people in there, right? It's understood. So I'm saying, so sukkah is more than an office. An office is specifically for business. That's all. So maybe you shouldn't have. I'm just saying, because nevertheless you still need it. It's not a chumrah. He's not saying it's a chumrah.
If you build a sukkah then for the office, so should you be taking your guests in there too? I mean,
Your clients, no, that let's say you're not able to. Let's say you're not able to, because unless it's up to par, the clients are gonna. So then not.
But if it is, then you should.
Yeah, you should. Okay, let's see the Chovos HaLevavos.